What's some of the best investments that you've made in your music career, man?
Land.
Land, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know if I was that good. Nah, what happened basically, I'm just a musician from the UK. That's it. Yeah, I don't want to be putting no rap, drill, R&B, none of that. You got a lot of rappers that wear masks and they're very good, but because you got the mask on, you're only appealing to a certain type of crowd, for one. Two, females will probably like you, but they can't even see your face, so they can't even relate to what's going on. So it's like you're kind of limited to a certain point. Yeah.
Have you guys had a conversation before?
Yeah, Drake's my boy, man. We talk all the time.
Oh, you talk?
Yeah.
All the time?
Yeah.
What do you guys talk about, man?
Yeah, man. Sometimes you need a bit of back and forth and little 1 day, 3 hour breaks and little she's calling down the phone and that. You need that sometimes, man.
SK Vibemaker.
SK Vibemaker. My interviews are hotter. You know we bring through the best special guests. We are not changing tradition anytime soon. Today we have Handsworth, Birmingham, West Midlands. M1llionz is in the place, man. How you doing?
I'm alright, bro. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to have you in the building. I hope you don't think this is like sort of rude me saying this. I feel like you're so underrated, man. So underrated. I've spent a lot of time with your music over the years and I'm happy that you're back with a new project. Do you feel underrated in the game or do you feel like you're exactly where you're supposed to be?
Yeah, I feel underrated still, but at the same time I feel like time's time, innit? So time is the main thing, so whenever my time's the right time, it will be my time.
Mm-hmm. Back outside with new music. The project is Ghetto Life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How does it feel to be back out with new music, man? New project for everybody.
It feels good, man. Back where I left off, really, because I had a bit of a break, to be honest. I weren't really consistent for the past year and a half. So now I'm just getting back active again in the public. Was
it a conscious decision to like take a little bit of a break? Did you feel like you needed a break? Was it on purpose?
Not necessarily, you know. I was still recording and working, obviously. Dad life as well. So that was just, I was just trying to balance the two, really. But yeah.
Parenthood, yeah? I mean, how has parenthood affected you as a musician, as a rapper? Has that been a big transition?
Yeah, it's just now there's more meaning to it. So every action that you take, there's got to be a reason for it. You can't just be just doing things and going with the flow.
You got your young'un listening to your music?
Yeah, but he's only 2, but he knows what's going on.
Does it make you think when you become a parent? Does it make you think, you know what, I'm going to change the way my music is, or the content, or the style, or the delivery, or anything like that? Has that affected you in any way like that?
Not yet. Not yet. Still, obviously, I would. Well, maybe, yeah. To be fair, because I don't really certain songs I wouldn't want him to listen to, even at this tender young age, and even he doesn't know. But yeah, so yeah, you can say that.
So the first time like people was really hearing your music was 2019, right before COVID. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of give everybody a insight into the musical journey of M1llionz thus far. Maybe things that they don't know, how it started for you and the journey to this point.
I came out of jail. I think I was on tag. Yeah, I was on tag. I made Northwest. I didn't put it out though, I just sent it around to people. I think it started gathering a bit of hype, everyone started liking it, but I didn't really like it at the start. And then from then, everyone was just saying, yo, let's put it out. I think I put it out on SoundCloud. Now the city's hearing it. And then it's like, everyone forced me to do a video, basically near enough, and then when I done the video, it's kind of just took off from there, to be honest. Yeah. You
make it sound like maybe you didn't plan to take music as serious as it's become?
Nah, 100% not really, nah. Nowhere near. It was just more fun, really. I was just doing it because it wasn't really a drill thing that I was trying to do. I was trying to do more wave. But it's just when I done the Northwest and I think BX19, I had them before they come out, obviously. I done them around the same time. It's like when I'm sending it to people, they're liking it. So I'm just kind of just going off what they're saying and the crowd reaction, to be honest, like locally.
So I want to talk about a lyric that you got on Jar Knows. You say, lately I've been transitioning from roadman to roadman with raps, so I had to get used to the camera a bit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me about the challenge of that transition, like in your own words, from roadman to rapper, taking music seriously.
Okay. It's just, you got to be able to adapt to different surroundings, especially when everybody knows your face. So that could be positive, negative. So even just walking outside and people knowing who you are, you kind of got to adapt to know, like, it's not always gonna be a problem. It's not always your natural instinct's gonna be why is he looking. It could just be they might like your music, but that person that's looking might not know how to react or how to go about it. You get me? So stuff like that, really.
I mean, it's definitely a journey to a more positive life, a life with less aggravation. And there are many artists of different backgrounds and different genres, but in particular rap, that make that journey from the roads to like music career. What like kind of advice do you have for musicians, rappers, young rappers taking that same journey?
I think just advice would just be to be you, to be honest. I feel like everyone's journey is different. So I feel like as long as you're just you and you believe in yourself, it doesn't really matter what everybody else says. You can't please everybody. That's the first thing. So if you get some negative comments or negative feedback, you just that's all it is. You could they might not like it, but somebody else might like it.
You're quite a chilled out guy, right?
Yeah, proper chill.
Yeah. Because I know that like there was a bit of time where people couldn't see you like on cameras or speaking. Like, I mean, was that a choice? Like you didn't want to do it, or?
Yeah, 100%. It's just me. So I'm just not really I'm just a bit awkward in front of the camera, to be honest. Even
now
I
you're
do
fine. You're
videos
cool,
and
man.
Nah, no, but I'm just that's just how I am. So if it was my choice, I wouldn't. But obviously, you got to do it with the music. To be honest, this is the path that I'm doing. So yeah, I'll just go with the flow.
Are you that kind of guy? Like, shout outs to Nems, man. He's on the D&D thing. Like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of guys, a lot of artists in particular that are definitely on. The phone's just on Do Not Disturb all the time. Does your phone ring?
All three of them's on D&D.
Man said all three. Why, man? You just don't want to be interrupted.
I don't mind calling people, but I don't like being called.
Straight.
That's one. And two, so, bro, when you take it off D&D, you realize how much, like, you know, when it's on D&D and then you look on the home screen and you got about 100 messages, you're like, bro, I'm glad it's on D&D.
Real talk.
Yeah. So
now I don't understand people that have notifications on for like all their social media, like their Snap.
I don't even have that. It's just WhatsApp and text and calls, really. But even that just takes up my own phone.
How are people meant to contact you, man? Like your parents, your family, and that, man. How do they get in contact, man?
They can
send a telegram or something.
Nah, they can shout me, but I'm not necessarily going to respond. Still, it just depends on it. If it's serious, or you get that. Obviously, sometimes you just get a feeling that you should just answer, but depends, innit?
Straight.
Or you have to just get up with me, man, in live in the flesh.
So this song Wagwan with Dexta Daps, straight from Seaview Gardens. I know you're a proud Jamaican. That's your background. You know what I'm saying? Caribbean. Yeah. How important was that link up with Dexta Daps for you, and how did it happen, man?
Basically, where Dexter's from in Jamaica, Seaview, I've been going there for years, so I've got people there as well. So me and Dexter have been locked in from before music, naturally anyway. So it was just more of a natural. Me and him are like linked separately to music. You get me? So that's just, and that song's from 2020.
Oh shit, recorded long time.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of music in the can like that? You're a guy that is prolific in the studio.
Yeah. 100%.
So you got bare other collaborations in the can as well, Yeah,
that ain't released,
Straight. I mean, what is the strategy for that then? Like having all of the music in the can and not releasing it as fast as people might want it?
You know, sometimes it's like I said, it's timing for everything, and sometimes schedules as well. Some people's schedules clash. So you might want to put it out. That person's schedule might not agree. They might want to pull it out. Your schedule might not agree. Could be verses. You know, you might little tweaks. You might want to change something, and then by the time you blink, you've done about 20 tunes since then, so you forget about it. You get me? There's a million little things that can happen that can just, and then sometimes it's just
you might not like their verse.
Yeah, or sometimes that too. And then sometimes you might just not want to pull it out yet.
For real.
And then when the time's right, bam, you do it. It works out better like that.
Do you see yourself collaborating with more reggae dancehall artists? Is that something on the checklist? Have you got?
I've got a few already that I haven't released. So yeah, but still I'm gonna carry on. Well, the world really, any culture, any country I'll do.
I heard that you used to be a footballer. You used to play football from young, and you could have maybe taken football seriously. Was that a thing? Is that real talk?
Yeah, a little bit.
So, how did you end up taking music serious instead of football? Like, what was the decision making? Because we could be sitting down having a conversation with you, like with 10 England caps right now.
I don't know if I was that good. Nah, what happened basically? 16, I never got my scholar, so I went semi-pro, and then I went jail from there. Really, to be honest, I think once I went jail, it was just done. To be honest, like I think when did I go to jail? A couple of years after, and then from that I ain't really played football since, obviously, and then that was it. To be honest,
Drake is a fan. He's been pretty vocal about that. I mean, you've heard about him being a fan, right?
Yeah.
I feel like maybe you possibly follow each other on social media, right?
Yeah.
Have you guys had a conversation before?
Yeah, Drake's my boy, man. We talk all the time.
Oh, you talk
Yeah.
all the time?
Yeah.
What do you guys talk about, man?
Anything really, music. He's a funny guy, innit? He'll just anything really.
Real talk, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it's an obvious question. Do you see yourself collaborating with him anytime soon? Has that been a conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that an important thing for you to get a Drake collaboration in the bag?
Yeah, 100%. As much as any other feature, but yeah, of course, man, he's the GOAT, innit? So, and what's proper about him? He reaches out to a lot of people, and puts people on platforms and stuff like that when you don't really have to. Because even him just co-signing somebody, it's a big thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, respect to him.
With a Millions and Drake collaboration, what kind of vibe would you really want that song to be on? I'm saying it theoretically, for all we know it's in the can already, but what kind of vibe would you want to bring him to the drill vibe? Would you want to do like a sort of Afro beat or a dancehall vibe? Would you want to do like a pop thing, a trap thing?
Nah, he was feeling the drill ones, to be honest, but me personally, I'd rather do like one of them pop club bangers. I'm trying to get the most out of it, to be honest.
Oh, for real?
I want a God's plan, or not even God's, anything. Just I need something like that. I don't want no drill song. Yeah, nah.
Are you an artist that is willing to compromise to gain a much bigger fan base? You know, some artists are really stuck in what they're doing for variation of reasons. They really want to, I don't know, they're really passionate or they're really loyal to a sound. But are you someone who's willing to compromise to get a bigger audience?
Yeah, and I don't even really see it as compromisation, to be honest. I just feel like it's just versatility, and you can't just stick to one genre for one. And secondly, you need to open the horizon, man, and just try different things. Obviously, until a certain point, I wouldn't do everything, but within reason, yeah, 100%.
SK Vibemaker, my interviews are hotter. Millions is in the building. And I don't know if I really need to say this, but make sure if you're trying to search for man that you replace the I with a one.
Yeah.
Do people still not do that? Does that pee you off when they don't put
I think everybody does that. It doesn't really. Nah, it depends, innit? It depends. If people that know, then yeah, it irritates me a bit. But just normal people, nah, I don't really mind. Still, it's a common mistake.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Yeah.
So we definitely know that Millions has Jamaican heritage. Your family's from the Caribbean. We got the song Jar Knows. I mean, is there a lot of Rastas in your family? Did you grow up around like Rasta heritage?
Yeah, a few, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you ever consider becoming a Rasta yourself?
It's the journey I'm on now, to be honest.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Fully convert into Rastafarianism?
Yeah, 100. Obviously, I got locks now. Spiritual reason, obviously, strength in the hair. Obviously, certain dietary requirements, and I'm already basically vegan near enough, pescatarian a bit. But yeah, I don't want to mock the thing and act like I'm a Ras, because obviously there's a lot of things that go into it, and you get me. I don't want to just say because I got locks I'm a Ras, you know what I mean? But yeah, a lot of the what they believe in I follow. So yeah,
Straight.
For now, I'm just going with the flow with it. But yeah, respect to them, man.
Well, you know what they say, man. Every Ras doesn't have to have dreadlocks still.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's talk about the lyric that you say. You say, "Don't follow the crowd. It's easier to stand out in your own lane." So I mean, really kind of break that down for anybody that needs a further insight into that line there, man.
Following the crowd, you're not really gonna get nowhere, man. You're just gonna get lost in the crowd. To be honest, when you stand out, all right then. It's not all publicity is good publicity. To be honest, unless obviously it's something crazy, like some madness, like what we're seeing now that's going on. Yeah, we don't need to get into that. But yeah, so even if like, just be yourself, man. Even if like fashion wise, like you just want to wear some outlandish outfits, then that's you. You're gonna stand out. Unless you're gonna wear the night tech and look like all of us, the rest of us from Handsworth. Where are you gonna get with that?
Straight
Doesn't
up.
make sense. Like I say it to bare rappers that wear the masks, isn't it? Like you got a lot of rappers that wear masks and they're very good, but because you got the mask on, you're only appealing to a certain type of crowd for one. Two, females will probably like you, but they can't even see your face, so they can't even relate to what's going on. So it's like you're kind of limited to a certain point, unless you're just gonna be mad lucky and just blow out everyone out the park. But it's an unfair world, isn't it?
Saying Millions has got a stylist, or you just got the drip like that?
Nah, man, this is just me, man.
For real, I love that, man. Now, you know what? you've spoken about a few times today about your time that you spent behind bars when you was like in your mid-teens. I want to say around 16.
A bit later than that.
A little bit later,
Yeah.
and that kind of maybe put a spanner in the works when it came to your football journey. You came out, you ventured into music. How much of a challenge was it for you to, aside from, you know, you spoke about being a roadman transitioning into a musician, how much of a challenge was it, you know, breaking the cycle into not going back into jail and elevating out of that situation as a human?
I think naturally it's going to be difficult in a way, but I feel like as long as you're working hard and the finances are flowing to a certain point, I feel like you'd be alright, because money wise I feel like that's why a lot of us venture to the streets. And then secondly, you just like I said, it's just growing up and being mature, man. I feel like not everything needs a reaction, so some of the things that you say, like people trolling on the net or just negative comments and stuff like that, you don't always have to just react and get upset. You can just be mature about it and just bypass it.
Let's talk about the Millions flow. It's definitely quite unique. You know what I'm saying? You're definitely skippy with the flow. You've got your unique cadence. I feel like you're slightly melodic. You know what I mean? Amongst various other things. I think sometimes the voice gets a little bit raspy, slightly. Is the flow and the style something that you've worked on extensively? Or was it just, this is just me, natural?
No, I ain't worked on it at all, you know, to be honest. I think that's just it. It's just natural, really. I think it's just however I rap, it's just how it comes out.
Real talk.
You know what it is? I feel like because I'm trying to explain it so much and be descriptive and put so much words in a sentence, that's why the flow is just up and down and up and down. Yeah, it's just natural.
Is double time, like the up tempo, the 140 around that sort of pace, is that your favourite pocket?
I think it's the favourite pocket for others that like to hear it, because obviously it's just crazy and I'm just spazzing. But to me now, I like the slowing it down, to be honest.
Straight.
I like a controlling or a rap kind of one. I like slowing it down.
I feel like a few people definitely thought that you had maybe in your younger years done the grime thing. Did you do the grime thing at all?
At a point, 100%, million%, yeah. That's probably, I think that's another. That's what had a little imprint on it as well, because the grime, you can tell it's definitely going like shining on the flow still. It's like a grime type of skippy flow. Yeah.
Who have been the artists that have been some of your biggest influences, man, when you was just like, even the early days of when you was writing raps?
Influences? I'm not sure, you know. I don't know about influences, but I can tell you who I liked listening to back then when I was super young. Ice Kid was cold, if you remember Ice Kid.
Of course. Ice Kid and Chip, you know what I'm saying?
He was cold still.
Yeah, they had the infamous like time on radio.
I feel like he lyrically is colder than Chip, but Chip's just the star though. Chip's just got this mad. Chip's cold as well, but Chip's just got the star quality to him from young as well. Ice Kid was more raw with it.
Who else?
Daps, he was from Brum.
Of course.
Rest in peace to him. He was super cold. Yeah, people like that really, on a grime thing. Yeah.
From Birmingham, who would you say have been some of the most influential, maybe not for you, but influential rappers to the city that you've seen?
JK, 100%. Somebody called Vader is underground. Many, you know, I don't really want to limit it, and then people might feel left out, but JK, Defo, Vader. There's a engineer / producer called Major. He's passed now. He was influential for the whole city. Basically, I feel like anybody that's doing music would have definitely come across him in their path. He was the blueprint to the city.
Now, just in case people don't know, you call yourself Millions because you love money. We ain't going to talk about the bank balance. We don't need to go into those type of details. But when it comes to money, you definitely got some money. You know what I'm saying? Again, we're not trying to pocket watch. What's some of the best investments that you've made in your music career, man?
Land.
Land, yeah?
Yeah. Land.
Whereabouts?
Jamaica.
Straight. What do you plan to do with the land?
Apartment block.
Started building already?
Not yet. I've got the land. I'm getting all the, what do you call it? The
planning permission?
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do on it still.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was gonna do a hotel on it. Not obviously it's not that big, but like a small kind of, like a small bad boy thing. But I'm just gonna do an apartment for like 6 apartments or something on there.
Where did that idea come from, man? Did you get some kind of advice?
I've always wanted to be in property, you know. To be honest, I like the thought of renovating and refurbishing and stuff like that. from the ground as well. So yeah.
Are you the kind of guy who sees this music thing or this rap thing as a short chapter in your career? Like, I mean, there's a lot of rappers I hear that say they don't want to be rapping when they're 30 or they don't want to be rapping when they're 35 or 40. Do you think of it like that or you don't?
In a way, I'll still rap at that age, 100%, but obviously I'll be goated by then, so it's going to be a bit different. See how Skepta does it. Skepta's a big man, still raps here and there. He's a legend, but he's got fashion, he's got this, he's got that. So yeah, man.
Inspirational-ish, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you about numbers, man. Numbers in the game, like they're very visible. Before, when you used to buy physical music, people didn't know the numbers, the sales and all that kind of thing. Nowadays, you can see the numbers on the digital streaming platforms, the Spotify, the Apple Music or the YouTube. People study those numbers. People rate artists off the numbers. The labels talk about the numbers. The managers talk about the numbers. And they will lead you to believe that these numbers make these artists that do the big numbers the best thing since sliced bread. How much do you pay attention to the numbers and how much of a correlation do you feel like there is between the numbers and how good a song actually is?
I just got no correlation, you know. I used to look at numbers before, but now I don't give a to be honest. Basically, I feel like it's mad because the way the world works, yeah, is like if a song's got numbers, yeah, or it's doing good, people are going to naturally say the song's gold. But there could be a song that's way better, that's probably on like 2,000 views, yeah, or probably less, 2,000 streams in like a year. That's a banger, but because it's only got that much, they're going to say, oh no, that's dead, man. So it's like, I think people that are coming up just need to just forget about the numbers, just try and get your core fan base, because really it's all about having just a cult fan base. Everything else is just irrelevant, to be honest.
You don't feel stressed by the numbers at all?
No. I used to pre them before. Like every time I used to drop, I used to like be on them. You get me? But now it doesn't even matter, to be honest, because I've noticed I still get the same love. Like it's still the same. Nothing really changes, to be honest. You get me? It doesn't really change. As long as you're putting out good music, then it is what it is, and then your hit will come when your hit comes.
You talk about gathering a cult fan base, and I feel like you definitely have a core fan base, a strong fan base. How do you feel like you built that cult fan base that M1llionz has?
I don't know, you know. I feel like just being me, to be honest. I feel like, I don't know, I'm a bit unique, right? I'm from Brum, that's obviously one thing. The flow, like I'm a bit Marmite-ish, should I say. So it's like you're either going to love it or you're going to just think, what the hell is that? So I feel like that's where whoever loves it, they're going to super like it. But I don't think it's no 50-50. It's either, when I see the comments, it's either this is or this is sick. There's no, yeah, it's decent. You get me?
What type of artist would you say M1llionz is? Because, you know, sometimes people want to put artists in boxes, categories. Like, what type of artist is M1llionz?
I'm just a musician from the UK. That's it. Yeah, I don't want to be putting no rap, drill, R&B, none of that.
Why not, man? Sometimes this frustrates the fans when you feel like an artist makes a lot of a particular type of genre. Like people would say you've made a lot of UK drill, but you're not claiming UK drill.
Nah, because I don't feel like my drill's even drilly enough to go in drill. So I feel like I'm kind of, if man's saying drill, I feel like I'm kind of taking a then, because then the actual drill rappers, obviously I do drill 100%, but the drill rappers are advocating for drill. And they say some of their names ain't getting mentioned. It's a bit mad, like.
What, you feel like your thing ain't raw enough?
Nah, it is, you know, but I just feel like I don't know, bro. I don't know what my thing is. Melodic drill, I don't know, soft sounding, this politics, slow speaking drill. I don't know what it is, bro, but I don't know. It's cold though, whatever it is. Yeah. But I wouldn't call it raw drill.
But when they listen to Ghetto Life, the project,
yeah,
which sounds like an album, but it's a project, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mixtape, album, project, what do you call it?
Tape, yeah, this is album, tape or a project.
Okay, it's a tape.
I wouldn't say it sounds like an album still.
Well, you got Versatility on there, and talking about that, you know, we got the controlling track and the lyric where you say, I like my girl controlling because I can control it. Yeah. It's toxic. It's the way it's unfolding. Yeah. Something like that, you know what I'm saying?
I like my girl controlling because I can control it. It's toxic. I like the way how it's unfolding.
Yeah. You like toxic relationships?
Nah, not necessarily, you know. It's just sometimes when it's too smooth, it's a bit boring, man. Not toxic to the point where, like, physicality and just madness and narcissistic. But yeah, man, sometimes you need a bit of a little back and forth and little 1 day 3 hour breaks and yeah, man, little she's calling down the phone and that. You need that sometimes, man. Yeah, man.
I mean, I don't want to get into your business too much. I know that M1llionz has a significant female fan base out there. Have you had a lot of girlfriends?
Nah.
Uh,
Nah.
you're a guy who has like girlfriends for long periods of time.
Two, I think I've ever had in my life. One before this one. I'm in a relationship now. The one before that, it's one. Yeah, so two in my life, really. One in school. Yeah, two really.
Straight up. I mean, so you're in a long termers at the moment.
Yeah,
For all the female fan base out there.
Yeah.
So they don't start DMing you and all of that stuff.
Nah, man, you can DM me, man, and support the music. Yeah, nothing ain't wrong. I don't want to lose the female fan base though. Lagga. You know what, man? Let's talk about it, Lagga. Because before Lagga there was Woodham, was it? That's what you said, innit? Me.
Yeah. You said on Ghetto Life, you said
Wadham. Yeah.
Before Lagga, there was Wadham. You know what I'm saying? Let's put it on record right now. I feel like I know what Lagga might be. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. A lot of people might lie out there. Define it for everyone who wants to know what Lagga is.
What do you think it is?
I don't want to look stupid, man.
It's got various meanings, man.
It's got various meanings. What do you mean when you say Lagga majority of the time?
Lagga's more of a statement more than meaning. It's more like a response. You get me? So somebody, if you used to say something to me now, I could say Lagga, but that could mean anything. Like, I don't know. You'd have to be from the ends to kind of know how to operate it, to be honest. But yeah, it's just, yeah. I didn't create the word though. The word was in my area from before me. You get me? So the man them say it, but yeah, man. It's just Lagga just means Lagga. Whatever you want it to mean, it can mean within reason.
So you got this track Fast Lane. You, obviously M1llionz, Chip, Nave Smalls. Yeah. Talk to me about, you're going back to back with Chip on this. Yeah. Not everyone can go back to back. I like the sound of this. It was nice. Talk to me about, making this song and going back to back with Chip and holding your own.
That was mad, because he finished the show. I was in the studio finishing my session. He's finished the show and had a session in like the studio, like opposite in the same building basically. So he's like, yeah, four. So we're just chilling. Then it was just a natural thing. Like, it wasn't even supposed to happen. And I think Nath was there as well, like in his studio. And then kind of just, yeah, naturally, I like that song still. That song's a banger, man. I like it. Proper, two good people, man.
Listen, 2020 was a year that you really made your impact. And a lot of people felt like you was a COVID artist because, 2020, Ypres, BX19, like they really made an impact in that year before like the other songs came out. Did you feel like you was a COVID artist? An artist that really bust through COVID?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like, yeah, that's when it was, man. I feel everyone was indoors just watching the come up, really.
How did your life change with the impact of those two songs, man? BX19 and
which one? Ypres?
And Ypres, yeah. Because I feel like the numbers definitely, they went bigger with those two songs.
Yeah, no, it was, I think BX19 was the first video I done in London. So that was like different, bigger cameras and stuff like that. And then Ypres brilliant. Yeah, Ypres was the first one I done overseas. So I feel like I was just trendsetting from there. Obviously I had the Clarks on, and a lot of people started wearing Clarks from there. In my type of culture type thing. And yeah, man, I just setting trends from early, really. And
you had the Lagga video that you shot in Kenya. Yeah. Big business, man. I mean, how did that happen, man? Like, where did the idea come to? Obviously it's a Caribbean vibe, like with, your vibe is obviously Caribbean, but you chose to shoot the video in Kenya. How did that whole idea come about, man?
I wanted to do it in Africa because I felt like it suited the song. But I feel like Kenya specifically, I feel like it was Teezy. I think like he had a link there, the director, big up Teezy. And then from there it was just natural. And then, but to be honest, I had mad love in Kenya anyway, because when I went there, after I'd done a video, I did like a meet and greet. Hella people turned up, and that was early on. That was like obviously 2020. So yeah, it's like before I even done Lagga, so even now I haven't been back, so it must be mad over there now. I must have hella supporters over there.
You grew up in Handsworth, Birmingham, West Midlands. I mean, I've been to Birmingham. I'm not sure if I've been Handsworth or spent much time there, and there's a lot of people that haven't around the world, around Europe, wherever, even in the UK. What was it like growing up there, man? Give everyone an insight.
Just the regular stuff, really. It was decent, man. It was decent. Not too shabby.
Did you find like big struggles being an artist from Birmingham and trying to penetrate the London music scene, culture, DJs, love, everything?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Because obviously the Londoners ain't gonna take you in at first. The accent, lingo, just you not being from London, they're not gonna take it in at the start. And like I said, especially with me and Marmite. So, but obviously once it gets past that stage where it's like, because it gets to a point where you're seeing it so much, you're listening, hearing it so much that you can't really fight it. You get me? So yeah, but yeah, at the start it's definitely a struggle.
Do you feel like you have something to prove in regards to letting people know that you can do more than just like the drill thing, and you can rap on these other tempos as well?
I wouldn't say to prove, nah, not really, because I know I can do it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if a true supporter would know, like, if they actually listen to M1llionz, they'd see when he changes it up a bit. Like on Provisional License, the outro was a bit slower as well. It's a bit meaningful, substance to it. Intro had substance to it as well. My Daily Doppy, the second one, with the Georgia Smith sample, the rap part, mad substance to it. So I feel like if you actually listen to me and you take me in, then you'll know I got it already in the locker. You get me? Do
you write down your raps?
Not anymore.
Off the head, yeah, off the top of the dome, yeah.
Yeah, obviously I think about it, keep thinking about it, and I think unless it's a mad skippy flow, then I'm just keep forgetting about it, and I'll write it down. But nowadays I ain't got time, man. I just remember it in my head.
What does success for M1llionz look like in the next 10 years, man?
Just secured and just up there, man. To be honest, obviously I feel like music will be secure by then, and just other ventures. I want to be big in the fashion thing, like as a designer, and even just stuff like that. Acting, everything, man. 10 years to come, I'll be 36. Yeah, man, I'll be yeah. It's gonna be way different then, man.
People that haven't pressed play on the Ghetto Life mixtape, let them know what they should expect, man.
Ghetto Life, you're gonna expect different variations of music, different variations of M1llionz's music, should I say. You got drill on there, you got Jamaica, you got Nigeria, Ruga, you got Legend, Blade, you got Wave, Nath, Old School with Chip, you got Bit of Pain with Tiggs, you got West Coast with Mozzie. Like, everything's on there. Whatever you want, I've got it on there.
How was it collaborating with Mozzie?
Natural, man. That's my bro, man. That's like, yeah, that's me and him. We got to a point where we're just cool without the music. Like, you see, if I'm in Cali now, we're just with each other every day, probably bowling, going out for food, shopping, whatnot. Just all the man them, just on a normal thing, not even recording.
You seem like a guy that when you collaborate with an artist, you have to have, like, it's not just business. It's not like just send your verse over. I feel like you're a guy that likes to make a connection with the artist as well. Is that true? Is that the observation, right?
It depends on it. If the connection's there and it's natural to be made, then why not? I'm not trying to force it though, to be honest. You get me? If they're a good artist, then it's just music. Then we can just keep it cordial like that. You get me? Because obviously at the end of the day, I never knew you 2 years ago, you never knew me, so it doesn't have to be anything more than that. You get me? So yeah, man, it's just business, more time. But if you got a genuine connection, like a lot of the people on the tape, then yeah, like Ruga, me and him are close as well. Like most of the man them on the tape, I'm proper cool with, man. So yeah, man.
762, you work with LD.
Yeah, man, that's my freedom, man. Yeah,
legend of this drill thing, you know what I'm saying, of this UK culture. Talk to me about that link up, man.
That song's old as well. I think that's 22 that we done that song. Yeah, that song's been a banger from the day we made it. That was a banger. It just obviously come out at a good time now, though, man.
Listen, man, they say my interviews are hotter. It's been a great conversation. SK Vibemaker and M1llionz.
Lagga.
SK Vibemaker.